Hey everyone, Pilot here, and today we're going to be looking at Mattel's Masterverse He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, He-Man and Skeletor. Now, these are part of the CGI Netflix series, and also part of the 40th anniversary, so that's pretty cool. Now, I actually have these in the smaller 5-inch figures. Now that I think about it, if I knew they were going to do the Masterverse line of them, I probably wouldn't have bought the other ones, just because those ones are more for kids, whereas these are more like collectors. But, I like having both anyway. So these are pretty cool. There are differences between this to the small ones, but let's see. Let's take a look. We got picture of He-Man there, Skeletor there. Other side just says their names, so nothing big about that. Then we got the backs. Love the pictures, and you can see some other ones here. Katra, Zodak, and I do have the Katra. I just haven't opened that one yet. But yeah, there's some wording here, so let's take a look at them. He-Man, master of the power of Grayskull. Living among the Tiger tribe with no memory of who he is or where he came from, Adam discovers his destiny, or rather, destiny discovers him. The Sword of Power found its champion, changing Adam into He-Man. Using the power of Grayskull, He-Man transformed his friends and allies. Combining their might, they declare, "We have the power." And then we have Skeletor, Dark Master of Havoc. Prince Keldor once tried to take over Castle Grayskull, but the dark magic Havoc cursed him, slowly devouring his flesh. Now free from his stasis shell, the Mad Prince once again craves power, this time embracing his curse as a blessing, allowing the magic to consume and transform him into Skeletor, the Dark Master of Havoc. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and get them open and take a closer look. Alright, here they are. And they look great. So, they did come with accessories. You got He-Man's power sword. Really cool, really big. Has a little peg right here. And that just goes right on his back. A little peg hole there. Boop. Just like on the show. Perfect. Then we got Skeletor. He's got his Havoc staff. Now, I love this version of the Havoc staff. It looks great. You see, he has the green line detail there. The green eyes. And it also has this chain on it, which it doesn't hook to anything. Yeah, there's like no open end here. And also, there's nowhere on him that it would go. I guess it's just supposed to be loose. And you just put that in one of his hands. There we go. Now, it is heavy. So it kind of brings his whole arm down. Let's try the other arm. This one might have better luck. Come on, get in there. You know you want to. There we go. Yeah, that is heavy. It just makes his hand move. There we go. Yeah, as long as you kind of have it down more, I guess you just have it touch the floor. And that'll keep him from tipping over or his arm coming down. Very cool. Now, they also came with 2 hands each. He-Man comes with 2 fists. Which, I mean, they could have just came with completely opened hands, since his hands kind of already are in fist position, so you can grab the sword. But let's see how easy it is to take these off. Not bad. And put on. Ooh. It's going to take a little bit of effort. Come on. Get in there. Nope, still not in. There we go. Not bad. And then Skeletor came with also 2 fists. I love how one of his hands is just a skeletal hand. So we can talk about details now. So we got He-Man here. He's got this kind of a dark gray, but then a kind of a greenish gray color. And he's got regular gray for the straps of his armor. He's got some of that greenish yellow, or right here on the belt and on the boots. Really cool, I like it. And then, if you look at his gauntlet area, or whatever, wristbands, you can see it has some damage to it. Looks like he's been in a couple battles with Skeletor already. He's got the red sword symbol there on his chest. And we got Skeletor here. Very cool. I love the cape, or the hood on him. And it's, you would think it would restrict the head, but we'll get into that later. And then he's got, so it's darker purple here, but then he has a lighter purple for the shoulders, around his wristbands, the legs. What's funny is, in this iteration of Skeletor, he's like a normal shaped person, not muscular. But somehow, when Havoc does what it does to him, it makes him beefy. It also changes his feet, because he has like regular human feet in the show until he transforms. Then he's got this big skull on his chest. He's got like a mouth here for his belt buckle. Pretty cool. And this is flexible plastic here, and same for He-Man down there. I just like this guy. He looks really, really good. I really like this thing. He has a belt, or a chain going around for the belt. Alright, so articulation. Now, it's pretty much going to be the same for both characters here. There are a couple little differences, which I'll get into. So first, we'll just go over He-Man. We'll do most of it with him. So, his head spins all around. He can't really look up. His hair in the back prevents the head from moving too much. He can look down. And the neck does have that little, make his head go forward and back. Can't do side to side. Well, I mean, no, the hair also prevents that. And then he's got up here, so he can go up to 90. That'll spin all the way. He's got the bicep. That'll twist around. Double jointed elbows, which he really needs since he's so beefy. Take the sword off. So he can only get about, he can actually get a little past 90. Then he can twist right here at the forearm. And then we've got the hands. Those will spin around. And they do have the foot flap. Just hard to get much out of it because, again, he's so big. You can only get, there we go. It's a little bit better. Alright. Then we got right here above his waist. Go side to side. Forward. And back. Well, really not forward. Forward is kind of straight. Okay. And you can not twist it there, but at the waist, that will twist. Then we got the legs. Let's see how they go. Nice. And of course, they can go forward and back. Then right up here at the thigh, you can twist around. Knee, double jointed. And then right below that, you can twist around the shin. Then we've got the feet. Up, down. You can rotate around. Now Skeletor here, like I was saying, because of the hood, you'd think it would restrict a lot of the movement of the head, but it actually doesn't. He can't go all the way around, but he can still look to the side. And he can actually look up and straight, or down, I guess, but yeah, that's really straight. So really the only difference would be that. Now, one thing I noticed, he does look kind of weird with his hand, the skeletal hand. It makes it look like this arm is longer than that arm, which I guess it actually is. Only by a little bit, though. It does stick out a little bit more, which is strange. I wouldn't assume just because it turns skeletal it would pop out more than the other one does. But him, you can actually get better with the wrist since he doesn't have anything, well, especially on this hand, nothing blocking it, so you can go all the way over like that. Alright, not just for ha-has, I decided to break out my other figures. The ones that were released first, the actual toy line for the show. And you can see how they are. Not as much detail, especially with the Skeletor. Move him a little bit more so you can see both their faces. So, this one, only his eyes are colored, whereas this one, you get the black on the cheeks too. And they just went with a full green skeletal head with him for some reason. But I mean, it looks really good. Like I said, not as much detail on these ones compared to the Masterverse, of course. But they do look good together. Even the staff has more detail for him. Now with the He-Man, you can see he has detail there on the belt. Well, he does not. There's no green there. And no green on the legs either. But these are supposed to be the cheaper version. You know, these are for the kids and everything. And he even has the peg hole, just like the Masterverse does. So that's just been my review of Mattel's Masterverse He-Man and the Masters of the Universe line for the CGI Netflix show. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. And as always, you all have yourselves a good one, and I will see you later.